To find volume of a prism, we're going to use this formula over here, V equals capital B times the height. So V equals capital B times the height is, the capital B here is the base area. It's not just the base, it's the area of the base. And the height is the height of the prism. Because we could have other heights as well of our base. So if we're looking at the first example, it's actually pretty straightforward. We already have the base area is 26, that's capital B, and the height is 8, so it's really just 26 times 8. That's all you have to do if you're given the base area and the height. You just simply multiply them, and that would be 208 and our unit cubed. So our unit is centimeters, volume is 3 dimensions, so that would be our unit cubed. For the next one, it's a little bit more complicated. You have a rectangular prism, so it's 8 by 6 by 14. So it looks a little bit funny here because I'm going to put the 14 as the height, as it says, and that's clearly the shortest, one of the shortest sides of this rectangular prism. But I'm going to do 8 by 6. Oops, that was 14. So let's try and do it a little bit more to scale. How about like that? So for volume of a rectangular prism, it's just like any other prism. Just do area of the base times the height. So the base of a rectangular prism would be a rectangle. So the way that I do this is I draw the shape around the capital B to show the base area's shape. So the rectangle base, the 6 by 8, this rectangle here would be like one layer. And then we're going to do 14 of those stacked up to get the volume. So the area of the base would be 6 times 8. And then the height would be 14. So this part here is the area of the base, because it's the area of the rectangle. And then we just simply multiply those three numbers together. And when you do that, you get your answer, which is 672 centimeters cubed. Now, you could also just do the other formula for a rectangular prism, which is length times width times height, which, as you can see, is the exact same thing we just did. Multiplying those three numbers works for a rectangular prism's volume. The next one is a triangular prism. So we're going to stick with this formula here, area of the base times height. And this time the shape of the base is a triangle because it's a triangular prism. So it tells us that the base length is 6 by 7 and the height of the prism is 17. So 17 is the height of the prism and the triangle is a 6 by 7 base and height, which means they make a right angle. So it's basically a right triangle that is a 6 by 7. Then that area is stretched in 3 dimensions by a height of 17. So a little bit more complicated here. So basically we want to find the area of the base first, which is 1/2 base times height for area of a triangle. So it'd be 1/2 6 times 7. So that would be 1/2 of 6 is 3. So 3 times 7 would be 21 centimeters squared would be the area of the triangle. So 21 for the capital B. And then that times 17 would be the volume. 21 times 17 would be our volume. And that's 357 units cubed. So centimeters in this case, cubed. That's how we can find volume of